Welcome in, Low Diggs, I see you. Big Dog, I see you. Ray, I see you. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. Wally, I see you. I hope everybody's having an amazing day already, right? I know our day is just getting started, but that doesn't mean it can't begin amazing, right? Even before we get out of bed. I just hope that, our thoughts, our minds, our body, I just hope it's filled with amazing positive energy, positive vibes. That's how you start a day. That's how you step into the weekend, right? Filled with positivity. So we are on day 5 of our Revive 45-day challenge. And for those of you who are new around here, let me explain. This Revive in 45-day challenge is a transformation, or a transformative, I should say, a transformative journey spanning over 45 days throughout July and August. And it is designed to help empower others in their healing journeys. The challenge aims to help individuals turn their struggles into strengths, fostering personal growth and resilience. And through these daily activities and practices, the goal is for participants to deepen their self-awareness and to create or tap into these tools needed to overcome obstacles to thrive. The focus is on nurturing an empowering and resilient mindset, ensuring that each participant emerges stronger and more capable of handling life's challenges. We can't stop life from lifing, right? But we can change how we navigate as life keeps lifing, right? So our quote and focus for today is, your past mistakes are meant to guide you, not define you. Can you guys add that to the chat for me? Your past mistakes are meant to guide you, not define you. What you say? Welcome in. Stephanie, welcome in. Again, our topic for today, your past mistakes are meant to guide you, not define you. Life is a journey, right? We done been on this road for umpteen years now, y'all. And on this journey, we've learned that life is filled with ups and downs. Triumphs, trials, moments of joy, moments of pain, right? We've all faced times where we've stumbled, made wrong choices, taken paths that led us away from where we wanted to be, right? We veered left when we should have gone right. And so, what if I told you that all of those moments are not the end of your story? Simply the beginning of a new chapter, right? Think of all of the mistakes that you've made, all the times where you went left when you should have gone right, right? Imagine if your story ended then. Imagine for a moment that each mistake is like a street sign on the road of life. Not a dead end, but simply a marker showing us where to go next. Right? So we're driving down the road and we see all of these signs. Those signs don't mark the end of something for us. It's the beginning of the next place. It's the beginning of where we're headed next, where we're going next. And so we have to think about, life and these mistakes and these wrong turns as just another, opportunity for us to explore something new, to go somewhere where we never thought we would go, right? So we're going to talk a lot today about mistakes, and we're going to tap into, some things from the past that we have just been kind of carrying around with us, and we know we need to start to kind of shed some of these layers, drop some of this dead weight, get some of this baggage off of us. And I want to first kind of kick things off with this affirmation for you. I am not my mistakes. I am the lessons I've learned from them. I am not my mistakes. I am the lessons that I've learned from them. So my mistake don't define who I am. Right? But the lesson that I learned while making that mistake is what shows who I am. So I am not my mistakes. I am the lessons that I have learned from them. Think back to when you were a child in school, right? Remember times where you study hard for a test, but you still didn't get the grade you hoped for, right? You spent so much time focusing on something, practicing, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden you still fall short. You don't get the grade that you hoped for. If you're, let's say, a competitor, like if you're in sports, you've practiced all of this, right? Only to get to the end of the game and you still lose. Even though you fought your hardest, you gave it your best, at the end of the game, you still lose, right? The disappointment was real, but so was the learning. So was the lesson in that, right? You figured out new study techniques. You've practiced new plays, right? You go back and, football players, athletes, y'all go back, you watch the tapes from the games where you lost. So now you're on the outside looking in, and you could see where you fell short. You could see where, you should have did this when what you did was really this, right? So it's like when we step on the outside and we look in, it's easier for us to see. They say hindsight is 20/20. Meaning when we look at the things that have already happened, when we look back at the past, all of a sudden now we see clearly. Even though in the moment our vision was a little bit clouded. Because we had a lot of external stimuli. We had a lot of other things going on in life, so we didn't see what we really needed to see in the moment. But now looking back, we can see. Think about the relationships that you've had. Ladies, we done had some toxic relationships, right? We done had some bad relationships, and looking back, we'd be like, yo, I never should have dated that dude. I never should have did that. Fellas, you too, right? Y'all done did some things. Y'all done gone somewhere, dated some girls. We're looking back, you like, I knew she was toxic then. For some of us, it's our baby mamas. It's our baby daddies, right? We look back and we be like, Lord knows I love these kids, but honey, I could do without the daddy. I could really do without this mama. But we didn't see it then because our vision was clouded, right? We were caught up in the moment. And so it happens to all of us. But what we do is when we spend time reflecting on these things, these missteps, right? These times in our life where we went left, even though we knew that was not the right way to go. We look back on these times with a clearer vision, with that 20/20 vision now. And now we know better. So going forward, when we move forward, we do better. Because all of these past experiences have taught us that, we're resilient. And that if we just continue to persevere, we can keep moving forward. And I'm not going to make that mistake again. Yeah, I'm going to make a mistake, right? I'm human. I'm going to constantly make mistakes throughout my life. I'm going to mess up. I'm not going to always get it right. I'm going to take the wrong turn from time to time. You know what? It's going to happen. But I'm not going to make that mistake again, right? Because I've learned from it. And so again, I am not a mistake. I am not my mistakes. Therefore, I will not be defined by my mistakes. Because I know that I am the lessons that I've learned from them. And so then, lost the mouse. So then, we think about, you know, embracing our past as part of our journey, right? We can't erase what's happened in the past, nor should we even want to, right? Because there were lessons there. There were valuable things that have taken place in our past that have guided us to where we are today, right? We got to go through some mess to get to where we are today. And so we have to embrace our past as part of our journey. We have to accept it for what it was. And we understand that every single mistake that we've made in life is a lesson in disguise, right? Sometimes we've been a little hard-headed. It's cool. We just got to learn a lesson a little differently, right? The universe kind of shifts things to us in another direction. Universe guided us over here, and we were like, no, because it looks funner over there. No, I got this. Don't worry. I know that what you're saying is right, but I want to make the wrong decision anyway. And that's cool, because that's that free will that we get, right? So again, I understand that every single mistake in my life that I have made is a lesson for me in disguise. And so, think about anytime you've ever done some sort of project at work, something at home, whatever. Perhaps you made a mistake, right? Mistakes happen. It's part of the human experience. But now all of a sudden, let's say we do something wrong at work. Okay, let's focus with this one. We do something wrong at work, we make a mistake, and now we're in trouble, right? We're in the boss's office. We've got to go through this lecture. We've got to get wrote up, perhaps, right? And in that particular moment, it just kind of feels you feel defeated, right? Feels like the end of the world. But in that moment, you realize, okay, you know what? I see what I did wrong. I understand my mistake. It wasn't intentional, but it still happened. So I'm just going to learn from this experience, right? It's going to just push me to become more detail-oriented. I missed the numbers. I messed them up, right? But now I'm going to focus. I understand that, there are certain things in life where I cannot multitask. I'm going to proactively look at this. I'm going to pay attention to the deadlines. Hi, DJ Silva. I'm going to pay attention to the deadlines, right? So now I'm going to be more focused. I'm not going to multitask. I'm going to be more proactive. And so now, even though, I may have gotten reprimanded for making this mistake, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to just quit my job and be like, oh God, I got wrote up. It's the end of the world. This job is over. I quit. I'm leaving. It's not necessary. I'm going to just now focus on being more confident in my abilities, right? So let's remind ourselves that we are resilient, that we rise stronger after every fall. Life keeps knocking me down, but I have the ability to keep standing. I got the ability to keep getting up, to keep bouncing back. And so it's important for us to reflect on our relationships, whether it's with friends, family, significant others, right? We know that we've all said some things in the heat of the moment. I think that's oftentimes where a lot of us tend to kind of fall short with situations, because we mistakenly react to situations that we should respond to, right? So we've all said some things. We've said some hateful, hurtful things to people, right? Or we've made decisions that have harmed others, caused hurt to others, right? It doesn't always have to be a physical hurt. We have mentally broken some people down. Some of you were bullies as a kid. Not bullied. Some of you were the bully as a child. Some of you ladies were the mean girls growing up, right? We know no better. We should have, but we didn't, right? So there are always times where we do things that, could potentially cause some mental or physical or emotional harm to a person. And so we've got to, think in that situation, okay, you know what? I made a mistake. I said some things that I should not have said. Great new day, Brooks. Welcome in. I said some things that I should not have said. I did some things that I should not have done, right? Some of my decisions have hurt other people. But When I look back at that now, I can't keep punishing myself for what I did then. What I can do is learn the lesson in it and start to value empathy. Where now I'm more mindful of the things that I say. I'm more mindful of the things that I do and the choices that I make, and how what I do affects those around me. So I'm going to begin to develop a sense of empathy. I'm better at my communication. I understand now that at age 45, everything I think is not supposed to be spoke out loud. I, at age 45, understand that my opinions are not always wanted, because others have opinions too. So I don't necessarily have to say everything that I'm thinking, because sometimes what I'm thinking could be hurtful to the next person, right? So now I understand that all of these experiences then and now teach me empathy, teach me how to better communicate. But more importantly, it teaches me about forgiveness. I get to forgive myself for the times that I might have wronged someone else. All the situations that I may have been the problem. But I also get to forgive the people who have wronged me. I would like to think that they should have known better, but obviously they didn't. But I'm just going to forgive them anyway. It doesn't mean that I'm going to let them continuously hurt me. It doesn't mean that I'm going to continuously allow them to hurt me. I'm not going to let you keep coming back and repeating this cycle of hurt. But what I do know is that I have the ability to understand someone else's feelings. Even though that situation isn't happening to me, I understand that it is happening to them. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to like it. I don't have to partake in it. I just have to respect the fact that whatever that person is going through in life, that person is going through in life. And I'm just going to forgive them. Whether they intentionally or unintentionally hurt me, I'm going to forgive them. Because you know what? I'm human too. I make mistakes too. So I know that, in addition to being resilient, I know that just like my past doesn't define me, I'm not going to let their mistakes, their past mistakes, be their definition either. I don't want every time I see someone for me to think of the hurt and the pain that they've caused me. So when we think about our past and our past not defining us, our mistakes not defining us, we also have to understand that it refines us. And refine means it makes us better. It makes us stronger. It makes us more resilient. So we say my past doesn't define me, it refines me. And if you're not careful and you keep making those same mistakes, it will refine you. You will keep repeating that vicious cycle over and over again, where those same mistakes will creep right back up on you. They will find you again. So it is important that you spend time learning the lesson in that situation. Hi, hugs from Chantel. Welcome in, beautiful. Ja Empress, welcome in. And so, let's take a moment to think about our own lives. I want you guys to recall a mistake that, the time where you made a mistake that left you feeling overwhelmed. And it's not necessary for you to tell the story in the chat. I just want you guys to think about a mistake that you've made that left you feeling overwhelmed. Put a green heart in the chat when you got that mistake. This mistake could have been years ago. This mistake could have been yesterday. Big Dog, Ruffman, I see you. Brooks, Rose, Chantel, I see y'all. Give people a couple more moments, because baby, some of us that made a lot of mistakes and we trying to figure out which one we want to talk about today, right? Right, sweets? Hi, Ian. So again, we're recalling a time where we've made a mistake that left us feeling overwhelmed. Now that we've got this mistake in our mind, Rich Risings Glow. now that we've got this mistake in our forefront, I'm not going to make y'all hold on to it for too long. I want y'all to think about what you've learned from that mistake. So now that you're on the outside of this mistake, now that you're on the outside of this situation, when you think about that mistake, think about what you've learned from that experience. And if you haven't spent time learning anything, think about the experience now. What was the lesson in that? What is something that you can take away from that? Think about how making that mistake and the outcome of that situation has shaped you into who you are today. How did it guide you to make better choices going forward? Is the particular mistake that you're thinking of something that you continuously keep making? Are you still actively making the same mistake again and again? Right? So anytime we make mistakes, or when we have a mistake that keeps refinding us, right? That keeps being brought back up. Sometimes some of these mistakes aren't even brought up by ourselves, right? We know that sometimes it be your own people who remind you of your mistakes. And so for some of us, we thought we had healed over something, and then we see that auntie, that cousin, that old friend from high school, somebody, right, who wants to keep reminding you, remember when you did such and such and such? Girl, you remember when so-and-so did this and you did this? Right? So sometimes it's these external people, our own damn people, that keep reminding us of our mistakes. And so in those moments when that's happening, our immediate focus should be, where's the lesson here? Sometimes educating the other person, I do remember that. And then I ask them, do you remember how toxic that situation was? I do remember that. An example that I can give you guys, I told you guys that I was in a 10-year relationship that began very mentally abusive. My partner was an alcoholic, and once we hit about the 9th year, that mental abuse turned physical. And so, I had finally gotten out of this relationship. I was done with the toxic energy, but the problem was all of our mutual friends, a decade with this person, right? So we have a lot of mutual friends now. And so every time our mutual friends would see me or people would hit me up on Facebook, they would tell me what he was doing. Now, let me just say, didn't nobody want to tell me what he was doing when we was in a relationship and he was cheating on me, right? Didn't nobody want to tell me that then. But now that we are broken up and I am over here in the land of happiness and I'm beginning to heal, I've got everybody running to me telling me he was at this club doing this, girl, and da-da-da-da-da. And keep in mind, y'all, this relationship ended with a restraining order. So I had to start asking my friends, why? Why is it so important for you to continue to tell me what this person is doing, knowing that there is a restraining order between he and I? Right? Why is it important for you to keep rehashing my hurt and my pain? What do you benefit from this? Right? What are you learning from this experience? Or why are you attempting to punish me? I don't care what this person is doing. I don't care who this person is with. I've got distance here, right? So sometimes if we have these external people, we have to educate them. Some of them, big dog, I will honestly say to this day, we are still friends. It was a teachable moment for them, right? For others, we are not friends. And to be honest, hindsight 2020, I can look back at that and say we were never friends. We were just coexisting in the same space at the same time, right? But again, I had to learn that, that man, his mistakes, what he does, that has no bearing on me. That has nothing to do with me. I don't need to feel bad about what he does. Another example for us, you guys, our kids. right? Our children. We raise our children. We do the best by them, even though we constantly fall short because there's no manual on parenting, right? We do the best we can. We try to do better than our parents did, but we still fall short because we're not perfect. We're human, right? So we spend all of this time pouring into our kids, trying to teach them right from wrong, and then our children go out there and they make mistakes. And let's say it starts in grade school. Our kids are out here, they make mistakes in school, and then we get called to the principal's office. So now we feel some type of way because our kid is out here cutting up. Right? So then we try to pour into them some more. We try to teach them some more. Now, all of a sudden, our kid does something that gets them caught up with the police. To the point where now we're getting called into the police station. Damn. Once again, we internalize that as if that's us. Rich Risings, KB. Hey, Pretty Savage, Creole Queen. Welcome in. Right? So now all of a sudden we feel like their mistake is our mistake. Because they're our kids. Because we're responsible to raise them and teach them. Right? So, once again, just like my mistakes and my past doesn't define me, my children's mistakes don't define me. My kids going out here and being rotten in the streets doesn't mean that I'm a bad parent. Right? So we still deserve to show ourselves some grace. Hey Tiff, welcome in sis. El Millie. Right? So, again, I want you guys to put this in the chat. My past doesn't define me, it refines me. Where does this mean? My past does not define me, it refines me. Makes me over. The mistakes that I've made make me over. That mistake that I had y'all thinking about, that mistake doesn't define who you are today. The lesson that you take from that mistake shows me every single thing that I need to know about you. Right? And so now that we understand that our past doesn't define us, that it refines us, and I also took it a step further to say, and if you don't learn the lesson, it will refine you. Right? And I didn't want to go through the situation then, so I damn sure don't want to go through the situation now. So I need to quickly learn the lesson. Morning, Mr. Awesome. I need to quickly learn the lesson, right? Because I don't want history to repeat itself. And that's what a lot of us are experiencing. History repeating itself. We made a mistake then. Here we are now. And it's like that mistake is still attached to us. But at some point we have to realize we've never learned the lesson. I need to take the time to learn the lesson. So that phrase, my past doesn't define me, it refines me. We need to remember, but if I don't learn the lesson, it will refine me. It will haunt me. It will keep manifesting into something different. So we have to address it. We've got to give it space. We've got to give it a name to say mistake. Mistake number 122,000. Right? And I've got to say, okay, mistake number 122,000. I see where I went wrong. Yeah, I see where I went wrong. And going forward, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. So mistake 122,000, boom, I pulled your card. I've learned the lesson. You ain't got to refine me again. You don't need to look me up again. New number, who's this? You're not going to find me in the phone book because it's private. So then when people pull up and they're like, hey, remember? Not to my recollection. I don't identify as mistake number 122,000 anymore. And if you continue to address me as mistake number 122,000, I will have no choice but to remove you because I do not identify as that. Because my past does not define me. My mistakes do not define me. I've been refined. I've been made over. Right? So if that's where you are in your life, I respect that you're still sitting there. But honey, I'm not. 1997 is over. It is 2024. Okay? I am not. Listen, July 4th was yesterday, honey. Don't be bringing me no bad news from yesterday. The past is the past. You pull up and talk to me about what happened 5 minutes ago, honey. I do not identify as that any longer. Right? So now that we understand that our past does not define us, it refines us. But if we don't learn the lesson, it refines us. So next we move forward to say, I am proud of my journey. I'm not going to let you guilt me. I'm not going to let you make me feel bad for being human and making mistakes, right? So I am proud of my journey. My mistakes have made me who I am today. So they don't define me, but they definitely have made me into the person that I am today. The stronger person that I am today. Jelly, honey, I hope you got some shoes on today, girl. Because I came to step on some toes now. I came to step on some toes. So again, I want you guys to type, I am proud of my journey. My mistakes have made me who I am today. Hey Blue, welcome in. I am well, Jelly. Alive and well. Southside, y'all up to 6,000 likes. Keep tapping, y'all almost there. Northside, don't stop tapping. Southside gaining on you. Southside got 6K, y'all only at 5. We need to hit 10 before this is done, y'all. I am proud of my journey. That's right, y'all. I am proud of my journey. Imagine a world where we all viewed our mistakes not as marks of shame, but badges of honor. Badges of honor. That mistake number 122,000, baby, listen. Those are opportunities for me. That shows that over the years, I have, as many times as I've been knocked down, the 122,000 times that I got knocked down, you still see me standing here today. Right? So what if we wore these mistakes as a badge of honor? Proof that we are constantly striving, consistently evolving, continuously becoming better versions of ourselves. Honey, this is a new and improved version of me. Because, honey, the old me was busted and disgusted. Right? So every single misstep is a testament to our willingness to try. Our ability and desire to take risks and grow. Right? And the beauty of this is it means I am in control of my destiny. Right? I am in control of my destiny. So Brooke says, what if that mistake is still around because of new people added to the equation? Well, when things don't add up, subtract. Right? So if you keep adding more people to the mix and the math still isn't math, then sometimes it means we got to take things away. At the end of the day, we've got to protect our own peace. And here's the thing. In this situation, first and foremost, we have to target what the mistakes are, Brooks. We got to figure out, what are we defining as a mistake? What are we defining as a misstep? And so, in this situation, in this particular situation, you've got to first define what you feel the mistake is, right? And so, I think it's going to go back to us not accepting our children's mistakes as our mistakes, not trading their lesson for ours, right? Because I feel like a lot of that situation, Brooks, is you overly empathizing, overly sympathizing other people's problems and making them your burden. So you're gonna have to honestly start by sitting back and reflecting to say, okay, what do I deem to be the mistake in this situation? Where is the problem in this particular situation? You see what I'm saying? And then you're gonna have to see, okay, is it something I did on purpose? Is it something that I've done by accident? Was it something that I didn't even do and it's just been put on me, right? Is there something that I can do about it going forward? Because I can't undo what's been done. But is there something that I can go about moving forward to do? Is there a conversation that needs to be had? Is there a letter that needs to be written? Do I need to increase my prayer? And instead of talking to this person, do I need to go to their daddy? Do I need to talk to God and be like, listen, fix this for me? Right? But you have to define what the problem is. Because with that situation, Brooks, there are so many moving parts. And that's what we all go through in life. Sometimes there are so many moving parts that we don't necessarily even understand where to begin. I want to learn the lesson, but hell, I don't even know which class to take. Because this problem has evolved into so much that it's like looking through a whole directory and being like, where do I begin? Where do I start? Rich Risings MK, welcome in. So you're going to have to narrow it down because there's so many moving parts. And the thing is, there are other lessons that needed to be learned before you can even tackle this one. So it is, in your case, and in many of us, I'm not picking on Brooks at all, but in this situation particularly, Brooks, there are so many generational things that have taken place, which is why I say there are so many moving parts. There are too many people in the equation, which is why you're going to have to start subtracting some things. Or you're going to have to wipe the slate clean and begin, okay, here and now, today, right now, in this moment. Is there a problem happening right here, right now, in this moment? And if there's not a situation happening right here and right now, okay, was there one yesterday? Okay, was there one a week ago? Right? Because you cannot go back to 1952 and try to fix something. It doesn't happen. We don't have a time machine. And if we were to go back and do so, we would alter everything else that happened after. So we don't even want to do so. What we need to do is focus on right now, here and now. Okay, you know, as parents, we fall short. So if our children say, you weren't there for me and this, that, and the other, okay, I hear you. I wasn't there for you. I wasn't the best mom. I wasn't the best mom because I put my career before my kids. I wasn't the best mom because I might have been out here pursuing a man that, you know, took me away from my kids. I wasn't the best parent because maybe I messed up and got addicted to drugs or alcohol. I wasn't the best mom because I put my kids up for a dog. Whatever it is, right? We all go through these things in life where we're not the best version of ourselves then. But I'm here today being able to admit and acknowledge I wasn't the best version of myself then. I didn't have the best teachers growing up. But I'm here today. And so I understand that maybe I fell short in the past. But now that I'm here, ready, willing, and able, is there something that I can do going forward? Right? So that's where you get back into understanding, Brooks, my past does not define me. I'm here to learn the lessons and my mistakes and to keep moving forward, to keep going on. And that's, you know, the affirmation that I was getting to now is going to go right into that, saying that I am in control of my destiny. See, my destiny implies going forward, moving forward. My destiny ain't got nothing to do with my past. My mistakes are simply chapters in my story. Welcome in, T. Chauncey. My mistakes are chapters in my story, but my mistakes are not the whole book. So I am in control of my destiny. My mistakes are chapters in my story, not the whole book. Mr. F and Ma'am, Mika Ren, welcome in. When we start to embrace our mistakes, again, first and foremost, in order to embrace them, we have to acknowledge them. We've got to know what they are. Whether we agree with our mistakes or not, we've got to know what they are, right? And so then when we begin to embrace our mistakes, we unlock a profound sense of freedom. We free ourselves from the chains of regret. We free ourselves from that self-doubt. We are able to step into our future filled with potential and possibility, right? With a better mindset that will empower us to then face new challenges with confidence. Because we know we're going to make a mistake again. My goal is not to make the same mistake twice, but I know I'm going to make another mistake. It's part of the human experience. We know this, right? But if I begin to shift my mindset and begin to forgive myself from my past mistakes, now I'm able to move forward knowing that I have the strength to overcome whatever else happens because I've overcome everything else that has already happened. Right? So now we understand that we are constantly evolving. Why? Because I choose to. Because I choose not to identify as mistake number 122,000. So we are constantly evolving. And every single day I know that I become more and more who I am meant to be. I am constantly evolving. And every day I am becoming more and more of who I am meant to be. That has nothing to do with the past because it said I'm constantly evolving, meaning I am constantly changing. I am constantly learning. I am constantly growing. I am constantly making steps ahead to better my future. And every single day I become more and more of who I am meant to be. It doesn't say I become who I used to be. It is who I am meant to be, where I am going, what is next for me in life. So the next time you find yourself reflecting on a past mistake, simply remember this. You are not alone. You are not alone. We all make mistakes. We all fall short. And the mistake is not what matters, right? What matters is what we do with that mistake. Thank you, Adrienne. Choose to see these mistakes as opportunities for growth, right? Opportunities for improvement. Choose to be guided, not defined from your past. Let your past guide you where to go, what not to do, what to do instead. Don't allow your past to define you and trap you and hold you captive and hostage. Right? Choose to be guided, not defined by your past. I think that having communities like this and having conversations like this will allow us to continue to learn, right? Continue to grow, continue to thrive. These conversations, and fostering other communities such as the Self-Care Club should allow us to have these safe spaces to comfortably be able to come together and admit, damn, I made a mistake. I've made 1,000 or what did I say? 122,000 mistakes. Damn, that's a lot of mistakes. And so somebody else to come through and say, girl, you only made 122,000? I'm on mistake number 2,655,999. Like, so we understand that we're not alone in this, right? Y'all know who Thomas Edison is? There's a story about Thomas Edison who he famously said, the quote, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that it won't work." He said, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways why that won't work. Each of those failures that he experienced, those 10,000 failures, quote unquote, brought him closer to his invention of the light bulb, which to this day is still illuminating the world, literally and metaphorically. Thomas Edison's resilience and refusal to be defined by his mistakes should be a testament to the power of persistence, the power of learning. Thank you, T. Chauncey. So again, when you guys find yourself stuck in this mistake, you find yourself being held captive by this mistake, look at the light bulb. Edison didn't get it right the first time. And he very clearly told us, I have not failed. Because had he had failed, we'd still be sitting in the dark, right? Had he failed, we would not have the light that we have today. Sure, maybe someone else would have came along and created it. But if everybody kept looking at him, and if he just stopped and quit, we'd still be, using candlelight. And look how they took his invention and evolved it, right? Look how his invention, all of his missteps manifested into something. We got white light bulbs, yellow light bulbs, ring lights, LED light. We got all of these things now that have manifested from all of his mistakes. Yeah. That's another way to look at it, sweets. So, again, sometimes, we think about when we have these aha moments in life, we think of a light bulb, right? Well, use that to guide you when you think of the mistakes, right? Just look at the light and think of how many times a mistake was made in the creation of that light bulb. And so, as we move forward in this, like I said, choose to be guided by your, choose to be guided, not defined by your past, right? We are all works in progress, you guys. Meaning we all have got some room to grow. And so every single day brings about new opportunity for us to become the better versions of ourselves. And that's what all of our goals should be. I want to be a better person today than I was yesterday. And tomorrow I want to be a better person than I am today. I just want to constantly grow and evolve. And so I have 5 tips, practical tips to help you guys, or 5 practical tips to serve as actionable steps to help us grow and learn from our mistakes in our daily life, and help us to continue to grow through these things that we're going through. Number 1, reflect with purpose. We're not going to bring up the past without a purpose. Because if I have to go back and relive something from my past, it has to be with a reason. I need, why are we talking about it, right? So you want to reflect on the past with purpose. I encourage everyone to take time to regularly reflect on your experiences, especially those where mistakes have been made. Ask yourself, what lessons can you extract from those situations? If necessary, write down key insights to reinforce your learning. So again, number 1, reflect with purpose. Number 2, seek feedback and learn. Don't hesitate to seek feedback from other people. If other people keep bringing these mistakes up to you, see why. Let's talk about it, right? And this feedback can be from mentors, colleagues, friends, family. If you're communicating with the person that you made the mistake with, seek feedback from them. Understanding that constructive criticism can provide valuable perspective, right? It can help us to see things 2020. And it can help us to understand where we went wrong and what we can improve, how we can improve. So again, number 2, seek feedback and learn. Number 3, set realistic goals. Break down your larger goals into smaller goals. Break them down, use SMART goals, right? Achievable milestones. Make sure that your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and put a time on it. This approach not only makes daunting tasks more manageable, but it also allows room for adjustment. It allows space for learning from the mistakes along the way. Come on, 10K to the north side, south side. I think the north side done beat y'all. Shout out to y'all for that 10K. Thank you very much. Again, so set realistic goals. Work on your SMART goals. Thank you, Northside, for all the taps. I appreciate y'all. Y'all tapped the screen and told them that y'all love me 10,000 times. It's stopping at 9,000. So the South Side argues that there is a glitch in the system and they feel like they've been there. But listen, a win is a win. This is a collective process, y'all. We ain't gotta fight about it. We ain't gonna fight about it. We're gonna say to everybody at 10K. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. That's one of our SMART goals, okay? Get them screen taps. Teach the people how to support us in the manner that we need it, right? Thank you, sweet. Number 4 on our list. Practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. When you make a mistake, practice self-compassion rather than self-criticism. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend or loved one in a similar situation. This mindset will allow us to foster resilience and encourage growth. It's all about the growth, y'all. So number 4, practice self-compassion. And our last tip today is to implement continuous improvement. Embrace a mindset of continuous improvement by consistently seeking opportunities to learn and grow. I know y'all done graduated from high school. Some of y'all got your degree and now you feel like you know everything. However, you still have room to grow. There is still a wealth of knowledge out here for us. So we need to continue to further our growth. We need to keep seeking out new things, right? We tap into our podcast. We get our self-help books, right? We want to continue to understand things from other perspectives. We want to gain new insights, get other people's perspectives on things. Doesn't mean we have to agree with it. We just have to understand that there is another way of looking at it. And so, whether your growth is through professional development, reading, trying new experiences, or staying open to growth, this ensures that mistakes become our stepping stones rather than our stumbling blocks. I don't want my mistake to be something that trips me up later. I want that mistake to be something that stopped me in the moment and then I overcame it. I want my mistake or my setbacks to be the setup to my comeback. Because we all love a comeback story, right? We all love these stories of how someone went from the projects to the penthouse. So why can't I shift my story? Right? So again, our key takeaway for today is to remember that our past mistakes are meant to guide us, not define us. So as we wrap up for today, I invite you guys to share any questions or reflections that you have from your experience in the live today. By sharing our thoughts, it allows us to contribute to the growth and improvement of these sessions, ensuring that everyone's needs are met. I definitely appreciate your insight. I appreciate your perspective on things. If anybody has any questions, suggestions, comments, I open the floor for you now. From Saul to Paul, come on now, sweets. You back, Rose? You went to go tell them that they lost? Listen, you know, I be trying not to get into y'all's little domestic squabbles. I'm trying to stay Switzerland on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta remain Switzerland on the situation. Having these on YouTube helps a lot. Good, I'm glad. I know yesterday was really, really busy. Not making an excuse, just being accountable. Yesterday was really busy for me, and I honestly did not factor in of yesterday being the holiday, me needing to cook, and you know, me and mom hanging out. And so I did not update our live stream from day 4 yet, but today I will upload day 4 and 5. I got time today, y'all. My husband is off work all weekend, so all of the extra activities that I had to do with mom, I don't have to do today or this weekend. So I got time today, y'all, to prepare. So I will definitely get day 4 uploaded for you guys, as well as today, which is day 5. Hey, Rye Guy, welcome in. So Mr. F and Ma'am said, thanks for that positivity light beam. You are welcome. Sweet says, been busy in the mornings lately, and I love being able to go back. He said, hubby off work, so don't be calling me, honey. What up, Chrissy? Welcome in, my love. So I will be around. I will be around today. I'll be able to network a little bit more today. Trying to check my schedule here before I put that out there. Okay, yeah. So I will be around today. I do have a couple client meetings, but I will be around prepping things for us for next week. Miss Rara says, very thought-provoking. Good. Mr. F and Ma'am says, so glad there's an actual positive stream on this app. Amen. Listen, make sure you follow everyone with THC in their name. My entire family is about positivity and spreading positive vibes. And so there should be a lot other spaces that you can also visit. And you guys make sure that you follow make sure that, fam, that you guys follow Mr. F and Ma'am as well, so we can, you know, shed some more positivity their way. But I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for being here. Your presence as well as your contributions during the live stream have been greatly appreciated. I tell you guys all the time that your support directly benefits the Self-Care Club LLC, fostering positive change within the community. Your generosity truly fuels our mission. If anyone wants more information about the Self-Care Club, or if you're interested in booking a one-on-one personalized life coaching session, I encourage you to head over to selfcareclub.org for more details. And if you missed today's live stream or pieces of it, because life be lifing, and we totally understand that, or if you want to go back to one of the other days, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Excuse me. I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You just head over to YouTube and search for the @ symbol and then Life Coach 614, or feel free to type it all in. YouTube.com/@Life Coach 614. Hit the subscribe button, turn the bell on. each day on YouTube at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is a love note from Coach. So it's just a 1 to 2 minute message from me to you, just to help you start your day off positive and to remind you that you're not alone in life. The Sweet said the YouTube channel is also great for those of us who like to talk too much, because you have to just listen. No, you don't. Listen, you ain't got to just listen. You just got to type your response. Okay? You just y'all go over to YouTube, and I encourage y'all. I would appreciate if when something resonates, when you watching the YouTube and it resonates, go ahead and have a conversation in the chat. It shows me exactly what part that you said, girl, right. I understand that. Not me, right? Whatever it is that y'all say, it shows me exactly what part that you say that. And I honestly go back and see what resonated with you at that moment. So again, feel free to go into the comments. Same thing on the blog, right? If you guys head over to selfcareclub.org, we have 2 blogs over there. One of them is called Room to Breathe. And the other one is our Nurturing You, which is where we put the homework. And so all of the content from today, if you guys like certain affirmations, if you guys want to reflect back on something that I said, that blog is posted each day between 10 and 11 a.m. I encourage you guys to comment over there as well. For those of you who all of a sudden you think of a question that you want to ask, go over to the blog and ask the question. Head over to the YouTube, ask the question. I personally respond to all the blog messages, all the YouTube comments. I'm here for it. If there's something more that you need, right? Go over there, make your suggestions, leave your reviews. I appreciate and welcome all the comments. So again, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. And like I said, turn the bell on if you want to get the notifications of every single time that I post. I am Groot. It is me. I am Groot. But I do appreciate you guys. Welcome in, Kiki. Welcome back, Low Digs. Welcome to the South Side. Sweet said we need a shirt that says Room to Breathe. You so silly. Groot to breathe. Rich Rising's beautiful. Groot to breathe. I'll think about it. I'll see what I could do. And Rye Guy, if you're still here, I am doing great. I don't know that I answered that question out loud, but I am doing great. So as we shut down, you guys, I really look forward to connecting with each one of you again. We will be back on Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who are interested in healing through art, which is my creative form of self-care, we will be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Painting again. It is what we do each Saturday now. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be back live on both apps. So you guys are more than welcome to come hang out. If you guys want to jump on the panel with me, you will want to just make sure you're doing some form of creativity. So you can paint, you can color in a coloring book, you can do a digital coloring, diamond painting, pottery. I don't really care, y'all. Creative self-care. And we're going to heal through art. Okay? So I look forward to seeing you guys. Like I said, if you want to tap into our creatives, come hang out with me tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys again on Monday at 9 a.m. If you missed today's live stream, no problem. Head over to YouTube, watch the videos. Make sure y'all share them, okay? The way that we make this community bigger, the way that you guys help, I'm not out here saying, buy my merch, even though I got merch for sale, y'all, right? I'm not out here saying, throw a gift, even though I appreciate all your gifts. I don't require that you subscribe, but I'd love it if you do, right? But what I will ask is that you guys go over to YouTube. I don't care what you share. I don't care which video you pick. There's lots of them out there. Pick some content. regularly just go share that. That is truly a blessing for me. Go share it on whatever social media site that you're on. I'm on just about every site, guys, so you can tag me. Snap a screenshot and send it to me. If you like the merch and you don't have the finances to buy it, create a wish list. On my website, you can make a wish list. You can then send that wish list out. Your birthday coming up, holiday coming up, share your wish list. You like something and you think somebody else might like it. You know a friend that loves tumblers. Pick a tumbler. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Instagram, social media, whatever. Those are the things that I appreciate a billion times more than a gift on this screen. Help me spread my message. That's all I want. So again, if you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube, please do that today. Please, please, please. YouTube got me over here working for free right now because I need 1,000 people in order to monetize. And I'm going to keep doing it until we get the 1,000 people. But I would love to be able to be recognized for my efforts over there. We are hoping to go live there soon. I got to finish getting my setup together. But again, if you guys subscribe, hit the bell for your notifications, and start just sharing out that content to others, it works great. Pick a love note and go share that to somebody else. But that's all I got for y'all today. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day on purpose, filled with purpose.